the one thing that stuck out for me, right, with Edward Jones is just that, yes, we're a very large company, right, but we get that small town feel.
Is your health thriving, or is it merely surviving? Welcome to Thriving with Chiropractic, where we unpack conditions and lifestyle challenges in order for you to be the best version of health you can possibly be. I'm your host, Dr. Mosier, and my beautiful co-host is my wife, Ellen. Join us on this journey to thrive. Hey folks, Dr. Mosier here, and I have Brock with me, and he is actually a financial advisor, which makes me think about, from what I've heard from other financial advisors, say you make, just for easy math, $100,000. You split that number in half. Half of that goes to your bills, mortgage, car payments, your lifestyle, right? And then the other half, you want to split it into another set of quarters, right? One quarter going to nice vacations. You and I were big fans of campers, so buying a camper for our family, maybe the big chains. If you're into that sort of thing, with the bling, and then that last quarter is investment, right? Whether that be for healthcare, retirement, if you want to own properties for rentals. Brock, tell me about what you do. What are some of the services that you provide as a financial advisor?
Sure. Yeah, great question. So we have several different things, that we have to offer to our clients, primarily at a very high level. A lot of what we do is help people, preparing for retirement, right? Mm-hmm. So that can be from starting at a very, very young age, developing a game plan. And then, if you transition from jobs, right, throughout the course of your working career and you have funds from a previous employer, right, mm-hmm. there's definitely an opportunity there for us to potentially be able to partner together. And then when people transition, from accumulation years on to like your distribution years, right? So maybe you've retired, you're no longer working, just helping people, making sure that their money lasts, right? That they don't run out of money. A lot of what we do is not only helping people accumulate wealth, right? But we also want to make sure that there's a protection plan in place as well, right? So different ways that you can do that, right? Primarily through life insurance and some different features that's offered there. We also help people, if they're trying to save or prepare for their kids or grandkids education, right? Mm-hmm. So there's different options and different ways that people can do that as well. That's just to name, a very few high level things that what we help some of our clients out with.
Awesome. And just I'm curious, why financial? Because I know you're a farmer. You have a small farm that you run, and you work with Edward Jones. So why did you get into this?
Yeah, good question. So several different reasons. Growing up on a small family farm, right, you kind of learn some of the philosophies, right, that I use in my day-to-day, right? So growing up, I had an interest in numbers, right? I remember at a very young age, getting that first checking account, set up and learning how to balance a checkbook and all those types of things. And, really, this was not my plan. I always say that God's kind of got a way of working his path out for you. So it's always something that had been of interest to me, and an opportunity just kind of fell, in my lap, if you will, a chance for me to move back to Washington County because I was living away at the time in West Lafayette for my, degree as well as my post-career. I was working from the West Lafayette area, and really at the time, was engaged, right, looking for different ways to come back to Washington County. And like I said, God had a way of working it out, and I was able to move back home late 2016 and started with Edward Jones in the winter of 2017. So
nice. So why Edward Jones?
Yeah, so good question. So a lot of it, right, is my wife's family was around the business for a while. So, with Edward Jones, right? So obviously there's a lot of other competitors, right? You could always go on your own. A lot of different places that people can go, not only to work, right, but a lot of different places that people can go to get similar services to what we offer, right? But I think the one thing that stuck out for me, right, with Edward Jones is just that, yes, we're a very large company, right? But we get that small town feel, right? We're nestled in a lot of small towns, right? So it's we're not a big corporation, right? We're not publicly traded, so we don't have to push profits for shareholders and all those things. So it's just, yes, we're a very large company in scale, right? Very large Fortune 500 company, but yet you still get that personal, small town feel that you're not getting with a lot of other companies. Sometimes you can become a number, right, instead of a person with a name. So that was one of the big things that attracted me to Edward Jones versus, independent or going somewhere else. So
awesome. Yeah. Well, obviously I can't ask you for financial advice because, that just want to be ethical. If I said, hey, should I invest in Amazon? We probably shouldn't touch that or cryptocurrency. But, let's talk about, because you mentioned this in like Chamber of Commerce meetings and things like that we both attend. 529. What is that? What's the deal with 529?
Yeah, so it's something, primarily designed to pay for, college education, right? Or now it's even open, if your kid's going to private school or something like that. It can even be used for, like like K through 12 type of expenses. But, a lot of benefits come with a 529, right? Not only some of the tax benefits that the parents or grandparents, aunts, uncles can receive along the way, right? As far as the money that they invest into the plans. But it's just, they're interest bearing accounts, right? So they're going to, perform right over time, naturally a little bit better than, like a checking and savings account at the bank or something like that. They're designed to grow and earn interest and different things like that. But like I said, just a lot of great benefits that come with those from a tax perspective. So not only tax advantages for the people that are contributing money, but also when the kids get to time where they need the money, right? The earnings and all those things, it's very tax friendly instead of just putting in a checking and savings account. There's going to be some advantages and disadvantages to that as well. So at a very high level, 529s are primarily designed for education types of expenses. But if anyone does have any additional questions, it's something that we can definitely answer one-on-one off air because just like anything else, right? There's a lot of pros and cons, of course, that come with that. So.
Well, we have a 529 plan for our boys. I'm trying to, because we're in dead out the eyeballs with our student loans. So trying to plan ahead for our boys is a smart move. I was joking about, Amazon stock. If you have one stock, one company, for instance, Amazon, I'm using Amazon because I think I buy everything from Amazon. So I don't know anything else. Right. But if you had stock in Amazon, you kind of used an analogy about mutual funds versus just the one stock. So do you care to share that?
Yeah. So, just at a very high level, there's a lot of different things, right, that people can invest their money into, right? And I'll just come out and say every investment, right, or really everything that we do involves some type of risk, right? Whether it's, going out and getting in your vehicle, right? There's a lot of risk that you're taking by doing that, right? Even your checking and savings accounts provide some sort of risk. Now that's not market risk, right? But, more inflation type risk, some of those types of things. But circling back to your comment about mutual funds, right? So just like I said, keeping very high level, when I think of, and there's different ways to explain what a mutual fund is, right? But just keeping this very high level without getting too far in the weeds, right? The easy way to explain a mutual fund is just think if you have like a basket full of eggs, right? And inside that basket, of course, are those eggs, right? So you brought up Amazon, right? So inside of this basket, one egg could be Amazon, right? So by owning a particular mutual fund, right, there's a potential by owning that mutual fund, you could own some of Amazon, right? And you could also have the ability to own a lot of different other companies as well, right? So Apple, Tesla, Walmart, Facebook. That's just to name a few, right? So the big difference between mutual funds, right, versus hand-picking individual stocks, of course, is it's some might say it's not as fun and exciting, right? Because you can't, log onto your phone and see, per se throughout the trading day how your mutual fund's performing, right? Where you can, like looking at Amazon or something like that. So that's just, very high level, the difference between, an individual stock per se, right? So if you put everything, you have invested in Amazon, now if it performs very well, right, you're a happy person, right?
Yes.
But for instance, for whatever crazy reason, something bad happened to Amazon, right? There's a potential that you could lose a lot of your investment. So, we strongly encourage to whatever you're investing in, right, be diversified and not put all of your eggs in one basket per se, right?
Awesome. Well, that is actually really sound advice. Rod, you've been coming here for a while. So how has chiropractic helped you with your farm, with your family life? You have one small little one and your business, your new business.
Sure. Yeah, I think a lot of things has helped me. So I don't know exactly how long I've been coming, but I would think 2 or 3 years, if maybe even longer. But, I was struggling with some back pain, some different things like that. So not only, am I involved, outside the day-to-day business, right? But like you said, the farm, at one point in time, I think when I started, right, I was training for a mini marathon, right? Yes. So you're kind of abusing your body, right? And, I've been able to keep doing all those things, right? You just feel like you have more energy. You're more free in your movements and all those types of things. So, actually, help me quite a bit.
Awesome.
Don't have a lot of the pain that I used to, and just more freedom and flexibility to move around. And I think, I've learned a lot of things, about proper, I guess maintenance of your body, things you should and shouldn't do as far as that. So you guys do a really good job of not only the adjustment part, right, but just there's a lot of education that comes along with that aspect too. So
awesome. Well, I appreciate hearing that.
Sure.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for Thriving with Chiropractic next week. Thank you for joining. We truly hope Thriving with Chiropractic is making a positive impact on your health and wellness. Please comment and share this episode. We would love to hear from you. And as always, remember, your story matters.